Hello, Gravy Timothy's, and welcome back to a brand new Hearts of Iron 4 video, where today, once again, we are looking at the new content pack DLC thing, Graveyard of Empires. Yep, and I think from Afghanistan, we'll work our way west through the nations. We've got Iran and Iraq left to give a go, but today, it's Afghanistan. So welcome to the namesake of the DLC. And I'm sure a lot of people don't know too much about Afghanistan, other than, you know, all the wars, and then the one thing they have in common with your mother, messy military pullouts. But damn, do we have a focus tree to look at and choose and have some fun with. It's not that huge, actually, but there are a couple paths we can pick from. So we have a pretty interesting tree as Afghanistan, where we can actually kind of play the major powers off against themselves and, you know, pursue our own agenda, as it says right there, and do quite a bit without really picking a direct side. And we don't probably particularly want to pick a direct side, considering we don't really have well, we don't have a lot of stuff in Afghanistan. Yeah, and it ain't like we got one of those things known as a economy going. But the path we're going to go is support the King Zahir over here and expand his power base and go all the way down here, which does actually lead to a republic. Or we could go with the socialist coup over there. I'm not too sure just yet, but we'll make our way through it, I guess. We're definitely going to have to do a lot of building up, though, as Afghanistan, because we truly don't have a lot. Now, we do have to pick between the Kwame and the Nufus over here. I believe these are just irregular troops, which obviously would be okay at the start, and I imagine they get some pretty nice bonuses to make them a bit better, but irregulars, they ain't the best. The one real good thing with sticking them around is that we do get cross-border ties over here, where we can go ahead and do a little bit of a border conflict to try and get territory. So you know what? Sure, we'll give it a go. We'll do a regulars only today. I'm definitely not going to do that, by the way. So for us to be able to do a lot of these expansion little focuses we could do here, and they do come with a lot of nice stuff, we do have to wait for world tension for this one and this one. If we have enough manpower, we can do this one, which is currently a lot easier said than done. So the Afghan army ain't looking too great. So we're just going to bide our time, wait for world tension to go up. And when world tension does get up enough and I get my war support up to 30%, I can raise my irregulars, which means I can do those cross-border raid things and maybe get a little bit of land that way. I've got the option to seek American aid. You know, I've seen what your aid consists of, and I think we're going to skip that for now. Okay, so the way these cross-border ties work is I spend my command power and it raises the resistance in the provinces, and as we know from our India games, there is already quite a bit of resistance in these provinces. You can already see they've got a lot of compliance, but it should be enough to start getting things angry. Okay, now after we've put the resistance down, we can suggest that they transfer it over to us. I don't know what actually comes into this and what will make them accept, so I'm just gonna wait until I get my relationship up a bit more and hopefully, you know, that'll work. Oh, they accepted. Okay, so I don't think it's going to be too complicated for us to get all of these. I think the most important one's definitely going to be the coastal one, so we can get access to the sea. Okay, the Iranian government demands river negotiations, huh? Apparently if I say no to this could actually lead to war. I already have my irregulars raised because I do it every time I demand some land off the Raj. Speaking of which, there you go, they gave me the last province, and now I'm going to say no to the Iranians. Okay, we can now do our focuses over here. I have aligned with the Allies. I don't plan on joining their faction at all, though, because I just want to use it to get down to secure Iran. Also, I want to say I'm 100% already regretting doing these irregulars. It's not going great, considering I just found out I can't actually up my conscription because I've done this. Now, they do get a little bit better if I reform the Kwame over here, but yeah, it's hurting already. I've made a huge mistake. Anyway, let's go to war with Iran. Now, it would make a lot more sense for me to just go ahead and puppet them here, I think, but I'm worried that the Soviets and the UK are still going to get that war goal on them, and I'm going to lead the Allies at some point, so we can't do that. Big problem with this, though, is I don't have the manpower to garrison anything. I guess the upgraded militia are a little bit better, I guess. They're still absolutely horrendous for the downside of not being able to up my conscription, but I guess I don't have to pay for these guys manpower-wise, but what am I going to use them for? Okay, now I've done that, I can establish the Khorasan buffer state, and I like at the bottom there, it says Kingdom of Afghanistan becomes a puppet of Kingdom of Afghanistan. Let's just see what this does, shall we? Okay, well, I didn't get myself as a puppet, but it did just release this thing over here, and okay, sure. Oh, we did get kicked out of the allies there, unless that focus did it, which I don't think it did. But again, we were done with the allies anyway. We can't go any further west as the British have already destroyed Iraq. And it won't be the first time. All right, now we're going down pursue our own agenda, where I'm sorry to say, but the Afghan-Pakistani Cold War is about to get hot. I mean, it's actually not, because unfortunately Pakistan does have to exist, so I guess we're going to have to do the Confederation with Pakistan. Really hoping they're going to say yes to that, because that will just be more land for free. They do really like me. I've been using my spy over there to get a little bit of Diplo pressure, and we have a non-aggression pact through that. So he is hoping they say yes. I mean, they don't have a lot of Pakistan left, so you might as well hand it over to me anyway. So love, you know, I'm just out here map painting, all right, having a bit of fun as Afghanistan. Apparently there's a war going on somewhere around the world. Iceland has apparently fallen. Oh, okay. We actually got it. Nice! I realized we also get, well, what would be East Pakistan as well. That, I didn't think we would. It'd be pretty damn good for us too, because I've read this focus correctly. We now get all of that as cores as well, and we desperately need the manpower. This guy does give us a bit of compliance gain, but also a whole bunch of communist support. Maybe that could come in handy, actually. Ooh, yeah, and you know, Soviets are also poking their nose into Afghanistan, which, again, didn't really go too well historically. But this time around, I'm going to be a bit more welcoming. Also, after coring that land, we got 1.25 million and a brand new flag that actually hasn't updated for me. So that's weird. Again, this is a pre-release version of the DLC, so I'm hoping this is fixed by the time's release. But you can see my new flag on my units there. That's cool, I guess. Good news is we will be getting a modern economy as soon as we have done this focus. I'll get rid of our last little negative modifier on our economy, and we should start moving a bit. I mean, the economy is doing okay right now. I am going to annex these guys, by the way, because what's the point? But our mighty Afghan kingdom is coming along nicely. We got a lot of land and a lot of potential to probably go help somebody else. Who are we gonna help? I'm too sure. Is it gonna be the guy right on our border that's probably gonna make the most sense? Yeah, we're probably gonna go help Stalin. But not for free though. He's gonna have to pay. Okay, now this is gonna be a risky one. This will throw us into a civil war. And I ain't as horrendous as I thought it might be. They've actually pretty much got all of Afghanistan, and I have this part of Afghanistan. Okay, kind of had to do a bit of console trickery there, because as soon as I started the civil war, the game crashed. And it just kept crashing. Okay, now, as I'm saying, this is a really early release of the DLC, so I just had to, well, annex them in the console. But it's fine, we would have won it anyway. But after that totally legit changing of ideologies, we are now communists. A bit sad we don't get a portrait. I'm not too sure if there will be a portrait. I'm assuming there probably will. Or we might get a guy down here. Okay, but now we have legitimately, wink wink, got ourselves into the common term. We can now continue getting land for free. You see, my loyal servitude to the communist cause is gonna come at a price, and that price has been accepted. Look at that. Yeah, now on top of that, I believe I can now develop these provinces to be even better. Give us a few resources and factories. Also inherited the land warfare facility they built over here. So sure, there you go. Devkan Yasin, you'll get straight to work. Now, good news is we can get all of these as cores. We do have to integrate them individually, and it does take a little bit of time, but not too long. And then hopefully we get ourselves a bit more of that core manpower, because again, it's looking pretty bleak. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but we've kind of made our massive country over here, and I don't want to ruin it. Okay, Soviets ain't looking too great. I am slowly building up a pretty capable armed forces here, but we do have a bit of a deficit to work through before we join. All right, Stalin, I know you gave me loads of land. I'm coming in. I'll give you a little hand where I can. Oh, no. Okay, because we're actually at war with a major now, I can't do Graveyard of Empires. There you go. Boom. It sucks. It's actually pretty decent because it was that 20% recruitable population factor, but I'm actually wondering if we didn't do this and we went over here instead, what exactly would we have got there? It'd probably be something a lot better. We're doing okay for manpower. I mean, we've got 230k. An extra 20% on top of our 230k as well, probably pretty good. It's still not great though, I could tell you that much. Oh, look at that. The Afghan counterattack is here. Hey, you may be asking, where are the irregulars? Probably around here somewhere. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should raise them. Maybe we could do something with them. Can the Soviets get naval supremacy? I'm going to launch a naval invasion. Oh, as soon as I figure out how a boat works. Yeah, this whole sea thing's a bit of a new idea for me. Oh, Soviets want to invest in our economy. Sure thing, bud. I mean, there's literally nothing bad to that. So, yeah, I'll take that. Just like I took your land. And your land research facility, which is currently now being used by Devkan Yasin to make the super heavy howitzer. Who knew she had it in her? Because the Soviet supply is so horrendous, I'm just going to keep zip-zapping between places on the front and do a little push here and a push there, and then pull out because, oh boy, it's hard. Yeah, I'm hoping if I just open up the front a bit, the Soviets might be able to do a bit of a pushback of their own, which it looks like they are doing, which is pretty good. Oh, you know, I'd love to get a bit of steel, but, screw me, apparently. Someone just dropped an atomic bomb on Kiev there. Who did that? We are pushing through the Germans. My units really ain't anything too special either. I've just got some normal mountaineers and then just my normal infantry template. I did throw in a whole bunch of AA into these guys though, because unsurprisingly, I don't have the resources to build planes. And the air situation ain't great. So the AA is, he's trying to do something, you know? Oh, there we go. We just managed to get ourselves a very, very nice encirclement over here. Okay, fellows, we figured out how a boat works. We've mobilized the irregulars and we're sending them on some sort of mission. One where they potentially won't be returning. I didn't even wait until they got their org back. That's how little they're actually gonna land. Well, I mean, come on, it's not, what was I expecting here? To a surprise to everybody, the race to Berlin has been won by Afghan tribesmen. Well, that's definitely embarrassing for somebody, but not me. Just want to put that on the record. I was not expecting those irregulars, the dumb militia, to actually manage to land. Yeah, all I'm going to say is this front didn't collapse until the Afghan army turned up and showed you how to do it. Well, unsurprising to nobody, I actually had no points and could take nothing in that peace conference. Well, I did take something though, something that nobody will ever see, because I've blended in perfectly to Soviet Czechoslovakia. But shh, don't tell anyone I'm actually secretly occupying half of Austria. Now, technically, our game doesn't even have to end here. I could go ahead and flip ideologies once more and actually go democratic. If I do it right now, it will require a civil war, though. But if I wait until I get 50%, I don't actually have to trigger that, which, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do, but I could do that. I think it does lead to something at the bottom here where we declare a republic, where we will be able to choose a new identity for our nation, which may order what is considered our core states or may add new ideas. Okay, so just to see what this does, I'll just go ahead and consult through this because we are done here, but I just want to see just for the interest part of it. Okay, so first off with our new elections, we do actually have to pick who we want in charge. I just picked the first guy. I'm not too sure, you know, if it all really matters that much. And then we could do the future of Afghanistan. Okay, so we get a couple options here. We could become a new republic right there. We are a nation of Pashtuns. We can become the kingdom of... Oh, sorry. The kingdom of Afghanistan will be known as the Republic of Pashtunistan. Or the fusion of democracy and Islam are the way forward and will become the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. You know, we'll just look what the middle one is. Just, oh, there you go. Nice. I was wondering why none of the decisions or paths we went actually changed the map color or the flag for the most part, but this one does actually work. But yeah, that is everything for the path we have done today. There's a few more things we could do. We could go in on the Soviets. We can actually do a limited war where if we take the states that they wanted, which I think we've already taken them from the other thing where we asked off them. But if we actually take the state that we want, we can then offer a peace deal to them. So that's interesting, but obviously we can't do that. But yeah, look at that. We've actually finished out pretty much all of the tree here. The only thing I definitely regret doing is going with the damn irregulars and the militia, because sadly we were never able to build the great Afghan navy over here, as that is locked behind actually having an army. It wasn't too bad overall, but not being able to up the conscription definitely hurt a whole bunch, and then I couldn't really go too crazy today. But you know, not every Hoi4 game has to end up being crazy, because look at that at the end. Absolutely beautiful on the map. Just you gotta forget about the couple little exclaves we have around the world. But hey, that was the first time I've played Afghanistan. I'm not too sure if I'll do another one of Afghanistan. It looks pretty samey. The only thing that would be different is going this path where you actually get a lot more to do, I want to say, but it's definitely a lot more war. But yeah, let me know what you think of the video, and if you liked it, hit the like down below. If you want to hit the subscribe, that'd be great, because we've got plenty more Hoi4 to show on this channel forever and ever and ever. You're stuck here forever and ever and ever.